Welcome to Fireside Giants, a featured podcast by Empire Sports Media. I'm your host, Alexander Wilson, and my co-hosts, Anthony Rivardo and Mike Irapino. And today we have another special guest on the pod, cornerback Julian Love. How was quarantine treating you, Julian?
It's treating me all right. I'm back in Chicago with the family, just trying to get my obligations done, class, working out, and just trying to stay ready for when I go back.
I know. Conditioning programs were supposed to start a few days ago, so we're kind of behind the schedule now. Baseball, every sport's pretty much closed down, but I know you're still in class, and Anthony is still in class too. He's still doing all the online coursework and stuff, so I know he wants to ask you a few questions on how the hell you're managing. Because I know a lot of teachers are like giving extra coursework to try and compensate for not being in class.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you're experiencing the same thing or not.
Oh, yeah, a lot of busy work. But at this point, I'm just trying to get all the assignments I need to get done, and just try to make it online to the classes, the Zoom sessions, because at this point, it's just a race to the finish. It's only a few more weeks, and I got to finish the job I started in South Bend. And so, yeah, it's been interesting so far.
Have you admittedly fallen asleep in class yet? Because I've definitely done that one or two times.
No, I haven't fallen asleep in class. I might have slept through a class or two. That's about it.
All right.
Yeah, what are you studying, Julian?
I'm in management consulting.
Nice.
I was in the business school, yeah.
Is that what you want to do after football?
I'm not sure. I know it was a great base, kind of a leadership and management roles,
Nice.
mixing with the consulting roles. And so I think, whatever I want to do, I think it's a good starting point to, continue to learn.
Absolutely. I know, a lot of people don't value the education just in general. So it's cool to see that you're pursuing that and getting that stuff out of the way now, so that, after football you got something good lined up. Especially with all that cash in your pocket, you got to know what to do with it, right?
Yeah, you gotta try to play.
Exactly. So are you working out in Chicago, doing classes? Just chilling for now.
Yeah. Just kind of waiting to see how everything unfolds. It's definitely different. Right now, it's good that I have stuff to do, kind of maintain a routine. But then after class is finished, just working out each day. I don't know. I want to be out there. I want to start already. I know all of us do. So just a waiting game at this point.
I know. And the question I'm asking everybody is, how the hell are you getting haircuts? Because I'm not getting haircuts. Anthony's not getting haircuts. I don't know how people are getting their haircuts.
No, as you can see, I am not getting haircuts. I have the beard was shaved, and so it grew back. Just don't even care. I mean, nobody's seeing me, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's hilarious. I'm struggling. I'm trying to figure out what to do with my head. But I want to ask you some personal stuff, just get to know you a little bit more as a person, and kind of, before we talk football, because I feel like everyone's just always talking football. That it's nice to get to know the players too, on a personal level. So, I'm going to ask you, what's your favorite kind of music? I actually want to do a little thing here. Let's say the game's about to start, and I want you guys to answer. Game's about to start. You got one song to hype you up. What's your song?
Oh, that's easy. I've been listening to it since maybe sophomore year of college, for every single game. It's Jay-Z, Dead Presidents 2.
Nice.
Yeah, that song, I think it kind of is a perfect song. I'm not a big hype guy. I listen to maybe a little more hype stuff close to the game or kickoff. But yeah, to start me off, just to kind of get my thoughts in control, definitely Dead Presidents 2 by Jay-Z.
Nice.
Good choice.
Mike, where you go?
I'm actually looking right now. I might go Jay-Z too. Moment of Clarity by Jay-Z. That's a good song to get you pumped up, so that might be one. But I really don't know. I'm a J. Cole fan. That's not really pump up type music, so I might go with Jay-Z on that one.
I feel that. And J. Cole went to my school, St. John's. He would pop up every now and then and say what's good. Never got to see him, but I heard he popped around every now and then. Anthony, where you at?
Well, back when I used to play basketball in high school, I would listen to That Part by Schoolboy Q with Kanye West on it before every game, because he would say the walking, living legend, man, I feel like Kobe. So then I would try and get in that Mamba mentality before the game. Rest in peace, of course. So that would be mine.
Yeah, bro, I'm sure you were way off from Mamba mentality.
Hey, I had my moments, man.
No, I'm probably going with Remember the Name by Fort Myer or
Oh, yeah.
Ambition by Wale. But I said Whale before. I got roasted for that before the pod.
Yes, you did.
So Wale. I did. I'll do it.
Well,
Um, that's awesome though. Jay-Z is a classic. Always listening to him on my spare time as well. It's always a good guy to get hyped up, especially during these times when you got nothing better to do. Just get hyped up during quarantine, for no reason.
exactly.
Julian, you on SoundCloud or something like that? You making music on the spare time?
No, I do not make music. I enjoy a big variety of music, different types of music, but yeah, I don't create any. It's not in me.
A lot of people are creating music nowadays. A lot of them are so bad too. I'm like, yo, like, why are you investing all this time into, trying to be a musician when you're really bad?
Oh, my
Did you
God.
hear Antonio Brown's song or no? Because that was pretty rough.
I heard snippets of it. I didn't fully give it a listen. Yeah, everybody tries to be a rap star. That's definitely a big thing nowadays.
I know. So my next question, if you got I'm sure you got hobbies on your free time. What are the kind of things that you're doing on your free time? When it's not football, you're just chilling. You're like, am I playing Madden, FIFA? What's going on?
Yeah, I play a lot of video games. I kind of have a good group of friends that I've always played with the past couple of years. But I mainly play like NBA 2K and Call of Duty. Those are like my two
Nice.
go-tos. Which most people find me playing all the time. Just those two. Yeah, that's kind of what I do. Spare time.
You got any Warzone dubs yet?
Yes, we got a few Warzone dubs. Was playing a little earlier today. Yeah, Warzone. I love it. That's a battle
Yeah,
royale,
it's sick.
all that stuff. Call of Duty, so fun. So
I just
got
got
up
into
on
it,
some
too.
Warzone.
Yeah, I would not trust Anthony at Warzone. He's probably terrible. Or he's
I am
nice,
pretty
like, getting dubs like every
Nah.
game.
I-
Because I transitioned from Fortnite to Warzone, and it's such a different game entirely. Like, I like how it's realistic looking. It's like, you play it and you're like, okay,
yeah.
like I could picture myself in this, but like Fortnite's more cartoony.
Right.
But I feel that. Madden's sick. I was actually just talking to John Hillman, sorry, on Twitter about, Madden. He was like, oh, the new Madden sucks. I'm like, yeah, bro. Remember when Mike Vick was on the front of Madden and you had like LT was OP and Ray Lewis would just swallow people whole? Oh, man. I miss the old Madden days on like the regular Xbox
Yeah.
360.
Everyone was like, I remember everyone was just like skinny in those games. Like they didn't have a big variety of like body sizes, weirdly, and everyone was just like really skinny. All the running backs looked the same, basically, different numbers, different jerseys.
It's
But
so
it was
true,
sick.
but the hit stick was legit.
His stick was legit. Ray Lewis.
I still play some Madden 06. That's still a good game to this day.
Great game.
Donovan McNabb on the cover. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is a good
Oh
one.
my God. I miss those days, but Mike, I want to let you get into some football stuff too, so I'm gonna let you start with the first question.
Oof. All right. This is the one everyone wants to know, I feel like. So, was it frustrating last year? You didn't really get any like starters minutes or anything, or starters, snaps until week like 13 or so. It took a Jabril Peppers injury to do so. Was that frustrating, or you were just like you had a mentality like your time's going to come eventually and just be ready to play?
Honestly, in the beginning, it was kind of a mindset of, all right, my time's gonna come. I'm gonna stay ready. And so every week, I was watching a lot of film, getting ready, getting totally dialed into mental reps. And then, weeks would pass and we would lose. And I'm not, everyone on the team doesn't like losing. No, if you're in the league, you shouldn't like losing. And so, it gets frustrating. That's when, tension starts to build and, I'm not playing. I just want to contribute in any way possible. And so, I try to do my thing on special teams. I worked my way slowly up the depth chart. Then, I got my chance to get basically a few of the bonus practices before I buy. And so basically all the young guys are playing. No vets were like really getting reps. And I did well. I was really hungry at that point to get on the field and get, quality reps, competitive reps against, the guys. And so I did my thing. And when I went to buy, then I was in the rotation for playing the Bears. So I was playing a significant role. Even before Jabril got hurt, I was like the third safety in certain packages, like third downs. Then he went down, and I had to step up and kind of do what I did the rest of the season. Just kind of just build off of that, kind of kept that hunger in me, knowing that nothing is everlasting. You have to keep working. And I got my opportunity, and a lot of people told me you're going to have to run with it once you do. So that's what I tried to do, and I'm excited to continue to do that.
Absolutely. And you seemed like you did a really good job from our perspective, when you were able to get some reps in there. And I know you played a little bit of free safety, a little bit of slot. And you look like you played a little strong safety too. Was that transition to free safety like difficult? I know they probably kind of plugged you in there, like we want to test you out here and see what's going on. But I know cornerback's your traditional spot, and like you probably feel the most comfortable there. Like moving forward into 2020, where do you see yourself playing, and where do you feel the most comfortable?
That's good. That's a good question. I think, well, at first it was funny when I started to play free safety, and Antoine Bethea was kind of coaching me up and everything, and I was coming from corner in college. I would be so close to the line of scrimmage at free safety because at corner I'm like, I don't want to be super far back. And I was kind of, my mindset was like off a little bit, and so I was like really close. And then I'm like, all right, I'm a deep player. I gotta chill on the man-to-man type stuff and back up a little bit and just kind of work on some spatial awareness things. But it kind of got me back into the flow of everything, because growing up, I'd never played corner. In high school, I played safety. I played a little bit like a linebacker type of role in high school, and I was kind of built for a corner role. And then in college, I played corner. I was a very good tackler in college. I think that was one of my biggest strengths. And I had the speed, all the other stuff to match up with guys and really be competitive at corner. So I knew kind of going into everything. First day they told me what I think about being a free safety, and I was excited because my whole process of growing up, I played corner, I played safety, I played a little linebacker. And so like you'll see from this past year, when I'm in the box, I felt comfortable because that's what I did in high school. And when I'm deep, that's what I did in high school. When I was out in the slot or a corner, that's what I did in college. So it was kind of a mixture of all my playing time culminating into this past year. So I think playing any role, playing safety, it took me a little bit to knock the rust off, but I think I'm excited to kind of go back into it and just really attack whatever role it is. Free safety, strong safety, middle linebacker, anything.
So you don't have a preference? It's like wherever they put you, you don't really care? You just want to be out there?
No, I definitely just want to be in the action. I definitely wanted to be out there and just contribute. Whatever piece needs to be filled for us, I feel like I could be very successful at that, no matter what it is.
That's awesome. So I guess there's our answer for, where you want to play. It's really just open to, interpretation and where you want to go and where they really put you. Because like you said, as long as you are out there and you're starting and you're getting those reps, that's really all that matters at the end of the day. Because as a competitor like yourself, like you said before, if you want to lose, you should not be in the NFL. And it seems like you want to win. And, nothing's going to stop you from getting to that point where you're starting every day. And that's where we want to see you. We saw that flash last year where, we're like, okay, this guy's legit. And I wrote about you last year, and I was like, Giants should look at this guy in the second round. And then I saw you in the fourth round, and I was like, hold on. Why is Julian Love still in the fourth round? This is crazy. I was like, if I had Gettleman's phone number, I'd call him up right now. But luckily, I didn't need to, and he chose you there. And that was like, I was like, oh my God, that was an absolute steal. And to, like, I can't believe you slid that far to begin with. Like, when you were drafted, what was your reaction? What were you thinking? Were you like, I should have been drafted higher? Were you just like, this is my opportunity? Like, I don't care where I was drafted.
Man, the whole draft process is just such a messed up thing. I think not because I fell in the
I can't imagine.
I think, it gets you thinking differently. My whole life, I've always been an optimist. I've always kind of been a glass half full type of person. But then at the draft, you're being compared to so many other people, and people are critiquing you, all this stuff, and you get into a negative mindset. And so then when I was watching the draft, and I was watching the first round, and I knew for sure I wasn't going to go in the first round. Like, there was no % chance. Like, that's just the reality of it. But still watching, I'm like, oh, like, why is my name called? Like, in the back of my head, which is crazy.
Of course.
And so then day two, that pressure was, being there was present again to kind of get called round 2, round 3, and that's when I had a party. Like I had family and friends around on day 2, which sucked. Oh my god, I didn't get called, and then I went to bed that night like frustrated, obviously upset. But then when my name finally got called, early 4th round, all that went away. I was so excited, so happy. I realized how none of that mattered. It was all relative, and I still get to be on the team and contribute. And I know they value me because that's why they drafted me.
Of course.
And so now I get to go in and play football and not worry about all that comparisons. Just do what I do.
I think most Giants Nation was very happy when you were drafted. I know myself, I was ecstatic. I remember watching you in college. I was like, man, this guy in the 4th round, that's a tremendous pick. So I was very happy about it. And you proved why last year. You still had a very good year in your limited time.
Yeah. Try to do what I can do no matter what role I guess I was in.
Yeah, and you played really well close to the line of scrimmage. You had 5 tackles for a loss last year, so you were up there. And when you were playing in that role, when you had those tackles, you played pretty well against the run. Was that in a slot corner role, or was that you just kind of moving up as a free safety?
That was a strong safety role for most of those tackles. So like when I got my starts, Antoine Bethea was a free, and I was actually at strong, right. Which is different, but. I throughout all like preseason, like training camp, and early in the year, I was repping in practice at both safety positions. Like I was, they were basically telling me each day, like, all right, you need to know free, strong, nickel, and just be ready.
Oh my god, whatever. So that's crazy.
Early, my head was rattled because it was a lot. But then I got everything down, and I was comfortable coaching it all up and. Getting everything going. So yeah, that was a strong position or a strong safety position that I was making those plays behind the backfield.
That's a crazy amount of information to consume as a rookie, especially 3 different positions going in. Only like 13 weeks in, they're like, get in there, man. They're like, this is your chance. Like you're gonna play all these different spots too, so you better know what you're doing. And you're like, how am I supposed to do this? Like this is crazy, but you did it, man. That's pretty impressive. I'm pretty impressed by you being able to consume all that information and go out and replicate it on the field. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
I want to ask, how did it feel to get an interception your first game basically against the Bears? You almost had 2, but how did it feel to at least get 1? Did you feel like I belong now, or was it like a big confidence boost or something like that?
And when I got off the plane in Chicago, I knew that I was going to.
That's your hometown, yeah.
I just felt it in the air. It's like what I grew up with. It was a nice, cold afternoon, which I love playing in cold. I just feel more comfortable, I feel like. And at first when I thought I was like, I wish there was a review or something, but I was falling for that one.
We'll put it in there.
And then I knew my opportunity was going to come, and then as soon as Trubisky threw the ball, I knew the ball was going to be mine, and I was like in my head thinking like, and this is huge, like in front of I had so many family and friends there. I've grinded so hard, like, and it went under the radar because I wasn't out there doing stuff. I was working so hard each day to kind of get on the field, and so when I caught the ball, I was ecstatic. I mean, I was so happy. It kind of made it all not worth it, but it showed that I belonged and I deserved to be there. Then that kind of boosted me going forward. But I was happy to get the first one in front of my family.
That's awesome, man. That's an awesome experience for you able to do that. What would you say is like your 3 best friends on the Giants? I assume Bethea was probably awesome for you. Getting used to the NFL.
Yeah, he was definitely a great mentor, kind of role model guy you could talk to, and I asked a lot of questions, and so he was great. I would say like in terms of like friends, I thought our rookie class did a great job of kind of getting together and. We would go to dinner every like Monday, I think it was Monday afternoon. And some guys would make it all the time. I missed a few, but I made a lot of them. But just doing that, kind of helped us build relationships. So I think, like Daniel Jones and I really connecting. We kind of come from similar colleges, I guess you say.
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame and Duke aren't too far off in terms of a kind of social skill status or whatever. I connected well with O'Shea and Zimenez. He's a great guy. All those D-line, D-line's always a funny position, no matter
Big Dex.
what team. Big Dex, hilarious guy.
I can imagine that.
It's the whole D-line. Even the older guys, they're all just hilarious. So I love spending time with them. But DBs, me and Dre were roommates. DeAndre were roommates the whole season, basically, for all traveling, preseason, all that stuff, camp. So we got to know each other really well. We're kind of different sides of the spectrum, but we understand each other. And so I think me and him kind of made a great connection. I'm excited to build on that for sure going forward.
Absolutely, yeah. We want your secondary to be the best in the NFL. That's all we want. And I'm sure every Giants fan's thinking the same thing, and they're all asking the same questions, like, where are we going? Are we going free safety? Are we going, center in the second round? We have a really high draft pack this year. But to hear you say, you're excited to play free safety, you're open to it, and you know how to do it now with all that knowledge. That's awesome to hear. So we know that you can fill that position, that you're open to it, and you're excited about it. That's really all we wanted to hear too, because it's been a process trying to find a guy back there for the past few years. But Anthony, I want to let you ask a question too.
Yeah, so we've discussed a lot your comfortability with tackling in the box and all of that, and so that's one of your biggest strengths. But what's like a weakness that you recognize in your game that you want to build on and improve in year two?
Yeah, I think because I know one of the things I really want to improve on is I say tackling is a strength, but I don't want to miss tackles. That's just not part of my game. That's always something. If I always think before each game, the bottom line, you can do everything bad in the game. The bottom line, as long as I tackle and give great effort, like run to the ball, even when I'm far away, those two things, I'm gonna be all right. I always think that, and so I really want to improve on that to make those sure things. In terms of a weakness, I would say just being more comfortable. In the deep end, I want to be able to cover the entire field, kind of like an Ed Reed-Toyota role from the post. I've been watching a good amount of film this offseason, trying to see what I can improve on tendencies, tells, to be able to cover, to help out each corner, both the same. I know like a role for a post safety usually help out between the seams and the deep middle, but I want to be able to cover at least to the numbers. When I'm deep in the post. I think that's something, right now, just when I get out to the field condition, I work on, when I'm tired, breaking out of the post and hauling ass to each side of the field. And so I think that's something I really want to really get down and kind of hone in my craft.
That's awesome. And, the Giants added a lot of new defenders this free agency period. They got Blake Martinez, James Bradbury. Are you excited to meet those guys?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I had some contact with James. And I think he's going to make us significantly better. I think Blake's going to make us a whole lot better.
Why are you laughing, bro?
What? Say it again?
No, you were laughing. It sounded like you got a funny joke or something in your head.
Oh, no. Well, I just know like they're ball players. And I don't know if you saw the video. I think I was thinking of Blake's his gym.
That's crazy. It's like a hanger.
Yeah. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, all right, I need to get this. This is what I want to build. Eventually, somewhere, I'm gonna find an empty warehouse. But him, I think is huge for our core. I think we have great pieces on our defense, and now it's just I'm bummed because we can't be together right now to kind of bring it all together sooner.
Absolutely.
But we're gonna have to get proactive with this digital format to really get that camaraderie and chemistry going.
And you've gotten to speak to James, but have you been able to stay in good contact with the coaching staff? I know that there's parts of the offseason where you're not allowed to make contact, but I believe that recently you were allowed to again. So have the conversations began, and have they been positive?
Yeah, they've been real positive. I think Coach Judge is putting emphasis on each position coach to really get on a personal level with all the players. I think that's important. And
nice.
Thankfully, before I went on spring break for school, I shot out to Jersey and met all the coaches face to face, so I can actually see them and see them and meet them. So I met with Judge, and it's all good reception so far. They'll call Coach Judge has called a few times. Henderson, the position coach, called a few times. Assistant coaches, the D coordinator, they're all just calling just to see what's up, see how everybody's doing, see what everybody's plan is for this time, and how we're coping with this quarantine situation.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah, so, I want to let you get out of here soon. So I'll let Mike, and Anthony ask one last thing before, we log off and let you go. And thank you very much for being on the podcast.
No problem.
So we have a pick early in the second round. There's a guy that you played with at Notre Dame that's projected to go early in the second round, Julian Okwara. So do you guys have a good relationship? Would you like to see him be a Giant? Because they do need a pass rusher, so it might make sense.
Yeah, definitely. I think, see, me and Julian do have it's great because, I was the only guy to leave from my class. I left early from Notre Dame. And
right.
all those guys
are
coming out right now. And we were so close, all of them. And Julian, yeah, he's a funny guy. And obviously the Giants had his older brother.
Yeah.
2 years ago. Romeo,
yeah.
He's another great guy.
Romeo.
But Julian's, he's just, it's like he's like a skill player and like a big body. He's very fast off the ball. Great athlete, great guy. He's funny. I think he'll connect well with the other D-line and the defense. And
nice.
I would definitely love to have another Golden Domer on the team, and especially a guy like Julian who gets about his work in a great way.
That's awesome.
So Mike just mentioned the draft, and there's obviously been rumors that the Giants might look to get another young defensive back early in this draft, maybe in the second round. And so I wonder, I'm personally against that because I have to remind everybody, we have Julian Love. That I'm not for that. So what would your mindset be if they made that draft pick? What would the competitive nature be heading into the season with another young defensive back in the mix?
Yeah, I think no matter I hope we get somebody that will help us out. That's I think what it comes down to, and I'm going to do whatever I can to not get somebody ready, because that's not my job right now. My job is to get myself ready, but to push each other and challenge each other so we can make each other better, in the process. So if they do get a guy, I'm not going to be, sucking my thumb down on my luck. I know that I still have value just off of my play. And so I'm just going to keep working, keep grinding, and hopefully whoever they get throughout this entire draft is ready during this crazy format to help us this upcoming year. Because, I'm open to anyone helping us in a positive way so we can get this thing on the right track.
It's a good attitude. I like that.
Yep. Love it.
Yeah.
Have to.
And my last question is, the rumors are flowing, and the Giants might get Isaiah Simmons. And what do you think about him? What do you think about adding Isaiah to the defense and seeing what he could do with you guys?
Yeah, I only got a small glimpse of seeing Clemson play this year. When I was with Dex, he was big on Isaiah. I know that.
Yeah.
I know he played multiple positions. He played a little safety, he played a little linebacker. I mean, just a freak athlete. And so I'm excited. I mean, the dude sounds like a baller. So I'd be accepting him with arms open.
Absolutely.
Need some ballers. And, I mean, you always want guys who know how to win. Obviously, Clemson has proved that they know how to win in recent years. And so getting a guy like him, with a guy with the right attitude, ready to work, I think can do nothing but benefit this team.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. So thank you so much for coming on the podcast. It was awesome to talk to you, and good luck with the rest of this offseason and trying to get back into, normalcy, because everything is kind of a mess right now. New York is not as great as Chicago, I imagine, so stay away from here. But no, thank you a lot. And it was awesome to, hear your perspective and, how comfortable you are in every role, and, how excited you are to get going and competitive. And, that's all we want to see. We want to see the Giants succeed and you succeed. So we're really excited for the future, but we really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us and everybody listening.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Julian.
We'll talk
Thanks,
to you,
Julian.
All
right, good luck
Take
next
care.
year.
Hey, thank you.